I don't have the tiger one, baby. It's just the one with the sun on it. You want the sun? Yeah. Happy Sunday, beautiful people. This is all that's left. It's everyone. This, look. This one you want? This one you want? That's all that's in there. Ain't no more. Hey, Jay. Hey. You want some? Hold up, beautiful people. Then mad greetings, Anita. Shalom, shalom. Hold on, y'all. Which one of y'all? You want this milk for yours? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Set apart living. Shalom. Shalom. Shiru. Hey, girls. Hey. Trying to get them straight. I'm going somewhere over here. The grandbabies, they up before I'm up. And they want me to cook like a whole breakfast. Y'all can get some of this honey bunches of oats. Kendrick, Shalom, Belinda Brown. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, auntie. Oh, yeah, that's right. All these plates. Okay. Hold on. Right. Finish writing this down. All right. Happy Sunday, beautiful people. It is August the 21st, 2022, day 191 of year 4, reading through the books of the Law and the Prophets, and of the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1209. And we are starting the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy on page 485. So let's get started. Father, help us to understand these plates and put it together. All right, y'all. Hold on, Tony J. Yeah, it's been a minute. Shalom, shalom, Key, shalom. All right, so Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy starts with these plates. So we're going to go through and be showing y'all these pictures. I'm going to take a picture. I was supposed to take a picture of these yesterday and post them so y'all can study them, but I forgot. I posted the ones we went over yesterday, but I stopped when I got here, not even remembering what I had said. So now remember it. Forgive me. If you got the book, I hope you looked at it ahead of time. If not, and if you don't have the book, you're just going to have to wait till after the day to actually look at them and study them after I snap a picture and post them in the community section. All right. Listen. So this first one is plate 45, the Savorcum. So remember the long pullout yesterday, the very last one we looked at, that's like 3 pages long. Okay, so I did take a picture. My phone could actually fit it all in, but on YouTube, it would not allow me to post the long one together, so I had to break it up to post it on YouTube. But if you was on Facebook, it actually lets you see it, and if you got touch screen, you can blow it up, right? So remember, this is the long picture of the Savorcum, right? So in the Savorcum has the different periods, which is 3,600 years, 3,200 years, 2,800 years, 3,200 years, 3,300 years, 3,100 years, 2,400 years, 3,400 years, so on and so forth, right? That was this. Right? Hold on. That was this, the Savorcum. Remember, Savorcum is going right through the middle. with these white boxes with the black letters, right? So when it has all the little stuff inside of the Savorcum for you to study all them different words and then the time periods and all that good stuff and who was ruling during that particular cycle in the heavens, right? Okay, so that was the last plate from yesterday. This plate 45 of the Savorcum, is giving you a smaller picture. Okay, I'm gonna let you see it, then I'll read what's under it. All right, hold on. Facebook. I think you can see that. If y'all want to screenshot it, you can go ahead. But if you can't, just wait for the picture. Yeah, especially to read what's inside of it, right? Okay, YouTube. There we go. Okay, so inside of it, well, under it, plate 45, Savorcum. Savorcum, roadway of the solar phalanx. AAA, lines of different currents. BBB, transverse currents. The crossings denote the localities of the highest Etherian light. The numbers, with their signature, show the densities through which the great serpent passes each cycle. Jace, while you in here, you're going to have to cut that all the way down and cut it off. Y'all ain't supposed to be looking at that while you're eating anyway. Thank you. The lines across the Savorcum denote a cycle of 3,000 years, but overdrawn 1,000 times in order to be apparent to the eye, i.e. 1 to 4,700,000 years, right? Okay, so and after Savorcum, it has reference letter A, which at the back of this chapter is located on... Chill, y'all. Jackson, stop. What? Boy, get out of my kitchen. Go ahead. You ain't full. You just don't want to eat it. Okay, on page 515 is the letter references. A says, okay, Savorcum had the reference letter A, and A says, each square spelling, the name Savorcum represents one age or 144,000 years. Interesting, of the time period. Let me go back and look. One square. Each square spelling the name Savorcum represents one age or 144,000 years. Okay, so I'm going to lift the picture back up. Okay. Laughing. Peace and blessings. Okay, hold on. So here, each square represents 144,000 years. Each square spelling Savorcum represents 144,000 years. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Each square spelling the name Savorcum represents one age or 144,000 years. The dawn of Cosmogony begins near the middle of the box above the first C of Savorcum and is represented as the curved mark, the great serpent, near the center of the diagonal line. Near the middle of the box of the first C. Oh, Savorcum. Oh, y'all, we still in the early, what you call it? The dawn of Cosmogony begins near the middle of the box above the first C of Savorcum. Okay. Hold on. Make sure I'm looking at the right before I lift it up and point to it. In the middle of the box. In the middle of the box above the first C. Above. Maybe this. Hold on. Begins near the middle of the box above the first C. Okay, the box is not necessarily a box. It's like in the middle of the box above. Curve. I'm about to show this to y'all again, but don't get me wrong, because this first curve looks to the side above the C. Okay. Maybe I'm going to need to, I don't know if Selah did a video doing this particular chapter. Okay. So here's C, right? The first box of the letter C. Above it, which would be this. But this, to me, looks like a arch. I would say located inside of the arch of the box. But here, there's also a curve here. Unless Savorcum is like, I know it's going, looking this way. It could be this box. This would be a box, right? Above C if Savorcum, we're supposed to be looking at it vertically. Right, hold on. So how is this spelled? Okay, so yeah. Because the picture is like this on the page and Savorcum looks like it's standing up. That's what I think, because above it, looking at it flat like this would not be a box. It would be this, which is not a box. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The ones who stated this a little further. So the box above Savorcum would be this. This is a box. This is not a box to me. And the page is like this. Now, there are some pictures which I'm thinking it's the box. It is this box simply because of how this is laid out. There are some pages where the picture is horizontal, but this, because it's vertical, I want to say that this is the box above C, right? And so within here, you see this that they're talking about right here marks the beginning of the Cosmogony era. So that's like, I'm gonna get a little closer. So that looks like the serpent. It talks about this. So let me read it again. Hold on. I just want to make sure we're looking at the right thing. Okay. So each, on page 515, letter A, each square spelling the name Savorcum represents one age or 144,000 years. The dawn of Cosmon begins near the middle of the box above the first C of Savorcum and is represented as the curved mark, the great serpent, right? So that, see the arrows pointing upward? Hold on. The arrows pointing upward. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that would be the box, right? Hold on. Savorcum, I see the arrows going up. Okay, yeah. Hold on. But please help my brain to understand your basic mathematics and scientific techniques. Yes and amen. See the arrows pointing upward? Yeah. Okay, so, okay, yeah. Okay. So if y'all got it, y'all looking at it. Okay, these are the arrows, right? Okay, so I think I had that right. The arrow's pointing upward. Here's the arrow, and here's the arrow. So we are looking at it right? So this would be the first box above C, which has this little hook symbol, which I believe this is it, right? Okay, let me see. Get a little closer. See the little hook symbol right there? I believe that's what it's talking about. This would be the first box above C. We're paying attention to the arrows, and it's going up, right? Okay. Right there. Okay, let me read it again. Just want to make sure we're looking at it right. Each square spelling the name Savorcum represents one age or 144,000 years. The dawn of Cosmon begins near the middle of the box above the first C of Savorcum and is represented as the curved mark, the great serpent, near the center of the diagonal line. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. If I would have kept on reading, it would have verified the line, the diagonal line. Yes. Okay. So thank you. Key. The arrow's pointing up. We're looking at it right. It is that first box above C with the little curve. Just got to keep on reading. All right. Listen. The dawn of Cosmon begins near the middle of the box above the first C of Savorcum and is represented as the curved mark, the great serpent, near the center of the diagonal line. This line represents the span of the utopian age from the season of Hak, H-A-K, to near the end of Cosmon, Since this box also represents the Hotan age, then the next unlabeled box twice removed from C would be Adu, A-D-U, and then Ooze, the box exiting the plate. Okay, so 2 boxes removed. He should have just said the box above the serpent box, which would be this one. Then the one that's leaving off the plate is this one, right? So 1, 2, 3. Then this is C, right? This begins the age of Cosmogony, which would be 1848, the year 1848, right? So if this is here, the beginning of Cosmogony, and we got to go through all of this, y'all, the world ain't ending no time soon, right? Still got to go through her phases. All right. And we just entered this particular phase. Okay. Since this box also represents the Hotan age, then the next unlabeled box, twice removed from the C, would be Adu, and then Ooze, the box exiting the plate. The curve of the Savorcum represents a segment of the circular subgalactic orbit. Subgalactic. I don't really know what that means according to OAHSPE just yet, but we'll keep on going. The curve of the Savorcum, the curve of the Savorcum represents a segment of the circular subgalactic orbit. The hub of that circle happens to be the North Star, as noted on the wheel spokes shown on plate 45, Savorcum. The wheel spokes. What? Oh, wait. I think that's wheel spokes. Hold on. Wait. The hub of that circle happens to be the North Star, as noted on the wheel spokes. Wheel spokes. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. I had to stare at it for a few moments. Okay. Wheel spokes, right? Think about a bike. And the wheel spokes, here you see North Star. Here you see, I think both of them say North Star. North Star. Okay, yes. Yes, Tootie.
I got my mom.
What?
I got my mom.
You got her? North Star. It says N. North is abbreviated, N period. And this is North Star. And around here it says, hold on. It says line of AC. Nope. Hold on. I thought it said galactic. Hold on. AC. Nope. That's not that. Ethic 0 line of what's vortices, waves. I thought I saw subgalactic, but that does not say that. A.
Mom.
Yes.
Mom.
A B A B A. I'm looking around. Hold on. Okay. We're just gonna keep going. Thank you, Bella. Okay. The line, I'm going to go back to plate 45. Let me read it again. Okay. Savorcum, roadway of solar phalanx, AAA, lines of different currents, BBB, transverse currents. Okay. And the lines, when you see the AB off to the side, it's rotating. Here. You got A, B, A, B, A, B, A, and so on and so forth around there. It's showing the different, the currents, the lines of different currents and transverse currents. Okay. The numbers with their signatures show the densities through which the great serpent passes each cycle. The lines across the Savorcum denote a cycle of 3,000 years, but overdrawn 1,000 times in order to be apparent to the eye, i.e. 1 to 4,700,000. Okay. So you definitely probably have to look at that and study it a little bit to understand each portion of it. But I'm sure this is going to explain some of this. Going to refer to the different plates. I just don't know where, but we about to read through it. But we're going to get through the rest of these first. But she about to get out my kitchen. Little girl. Come on. Hold on. Yep. Yep. Yep, girl. I see. All right, come on, let's go. Go find your papa. Why little kids gotta make a mess with everything? How come they don't just say, I'm done eating? Why they got to plan all the rest of their food and just get it everywhere? Okay. Hop back to page 486. And the next plate is plate 47. But up in the corner of this plate, it says, well, that could be a letter. That could be a letter. It looks like plate 3, but it's not 3. It just looks like a 3, but it's definitely some other kind of sign. But it's plate 47, and it has planets. So this looks like some scratch paper from a student who's trying to figure out a problem. But clearly it's not, okay? So I'm about to show it to you. Looks like a science student who was working out a formula here. Hold on, Facebook. That's amazing. Wonder, shalom, shalom. Okay, so now for YouTube. There you go. Uncle JB. Shalom, shalom. Okay, so this plate 47, planets on page 486. It says B, 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 the letter B, planets. Figure 1, photosphere or light on every side. Figure 2, hold on, okay. Figure 1. Okay, so in this picture, in this plate, this is figure 1, right? This is figure 1, and it says photosphere or light on every side. Then figure 2, the negative currents, and figure 2. Oh, okay, so let me fix what I just said. Okay, up here, hold on. This is figure 1. Hold on, can you see me, YouTube? This is figure 1, right? This is figure 2. See figure 2 right there? Okay. Figure 1, photosphere or light on every side. Figure 2, negative currents. Figure 3, relative enlargement of a planet on the illuminate side. So figure 3 would be this one right here with the math problem underneath it. Figure 3, this right here, right? Figure 3. And I'm about to read figure 4, so just go ahead and look at it while I got it up. Figure 3, figure 4, right? Okay. Figure 3, relative enlargement of a planet on the illuminate side. Figure 4, enlargement illustrative of age of planet. Figure 5 and 8, variation in vortex called variations of needles. Okay, so figure 5 and figure 8 is right by each other. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. I just had to hold up the book, right? This is figure 5. This is figure 8. Right? Okay. 1, 1 or 1 ethereal or inactive space. 2, 2, 2, 2 place of actinic force. What? 1. Oh. Oh, 1-1. Hold on, I'm going to show it to y'all. 1-1-1, Etheria. Oh, all of this. Okay, all this is Etheria or inactive space. 2-2-2. Where are the twos? Oh, I see 2. 1, 2, 2. Place of actinic force. The panic signs denote the expression in numbers. Okay, panic signs. Okay. Make sure I got this down. Okay. The panic signs, which was the first language, the panic language. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show the picture again. Hold on. Figure 5 and 8. Variation in vortex called variation of needles. 1-1 is ethereal or inactive space, which is this. Okay, you see all the ones in here and here. 1, 1, 1, 1. See, this look like X's. This is the inactive space, right? And then you have the 2. So you have 2 over here and the 2 down here and a 2 up in here and a 2 up in here, which is actinic force, place of actinic force. And then it says the panic signs denote the expressions in numbers. So these, the panic, remember the panic language, the first language, according to OAHSPE, kind of look like hieroglyphs here. This is the panic signs, which represents the numbers, right? Down here, here, right? It didn't quite explain the math part, which I'm sure it has something to do. Maybe I'm just not getting what that is at this moment. Looks like 187 plus a panic sign, 884B or 846. Then 13 times 6,000 equals a panic sign. And then on the other side, the same thing with the different numbers, panic signs, all that, you know. Clearly, the angels wrote this. And so this is all the explanation we got for it, so we're going to keep going. Yes. What, Josh? Oh, I poured it out because it sat out too long. And since I saw that little, I know you put it in the refrigerator, but it sat out all night before you put it in the refrigerator. I remember that little video about that kid that ate leftover Chinese food, and then he got some kind of flesh-eating disease, and then he died like 2 weeks later. Maybe that was a spoof or something, but it was like on the news. And so when you get Chinese food and you don't eat all of it, you just throw it away. We don't do nothing leftover Chinese. Close that, please. Okay. The next plate, y'all, on page 487 is plate 48, and it says first, second, and third resurrections. Okay, so Selah normally shows this picture a lot, but it's in color, right? Okay, so I'm going to show this to y'all. I'm going to read it first. Atmosphere corresponds to the place of actinic force in preceding plate. Etheria to non-action. Figures 1, 2, and 3 enlarge illustrations of the course and form of vortexian currents. If you just holler my name, Cookie, Cookie. I don't want nothing. Hold on. Okay, let's see if I can hold this up. Okay, so down here, you have earth, right? This is earth, and this is the first resurrection, which would be what we know as Hada. Church calls it hell, right? Shucks, all the levels interact with the earth, but this one right here, they just bust in and out like they own the place. They be lying to us and some of everything. So all y'all, they begin some of these prophecies and stuff that sound right. If you're not wise about the spirits who are allowed to speak to you, and especially if everything you hear, you just count it as prophecy from the Lord, we're going to probably just go ahead and say you could be being fooled by G from an angel who's a little bit smarter than you, but ain't really giving you all the information, especially if what they telling you is always scary for us that's listening to your prophecies. If it's doom and gloom, or if it's coming against somebody, or anything that we would deem to be scary oh my God, you probably getting your prophecy from one of these not high-raised angels, but one of the angels on the lowest level of heaven, which is called Hada, hell, if that term sounds better to you. If you like the whole scare factor, you can say hell, but hell is above, right? You're probably getting your prophecies from one of them spirits in Hada, my G, right? So if that's what your channel and your whole ministry consists of, you just think about that, right? And you figure out, you use your highest light at this point to figure out what you should be listening to and what you should not be listening to. And yeah, you figure it out. Okay. So this right here, I get a little bit closer. Hold on. Can YouTube see that? Okay. I think YouTube can see that. Okay, here. You see Earth, right? Which, if you was looking at the globe of Earth, right, that's what this would be, right? Say if you, the very top, you just run a line right through it. So this is that, and this is Hada, right? I know it looks a little up here, but this is so huge, each level, right? This is the first resurrection. So if you caught up in religions and all that different stuff, and if you die, you probably, if you die and you're still really caught deeply in religions, your highest light, remember, you're going to rise. When this flesh goes to the dirt and the mist rises, or your spirit rises, or the spirit, the S portion rises, which is our spirit, it's going to rise no higher than the first resurrection, my G. You're going to take your place here for a period of time until you're delivered from here, from the lies, and you're washed clean with the truth of the Creator's word. Then you can rise higher, right? But if you're walking, you cleanse yourself up, you remove yourself from these religions and their falsities and their lies, you'll be greeted by somebody here. I know I'm saying greeted, but, you know, forgive me for my terminology, just kind of summing it up from what I understand. You will get to raise higher, right? But you won't raise higher, especially if you have been a prophet, listening to somebody in Hada, right? Or somebody that is not in the line of the Creator, giving truth. Remember, and what you get is going to be good for every party involved. If it leads to the destruction of one of your brethren, no matter what race they are, right? They're your brethren. Hebrew, whatever religion they find themselves caught in, they are brethren and they are sistering, right? If you were deceiving anybody, if you were like a pastor or a leader of something, a cult or whatever have it, you don't get to raise higher until you go back and correct your messes, right? Raise everybody up to your highest light, right? Because you can't rise higher until you, like I said, fix all your messes and you help your brethren and sister and those who were under your care, under your tutelage, your leadership, in your kingdom, whatever have you, right? Until they know the truth, right? So that's a part of your labor. You wanted a kingdom, you wanted the church, now you got one. And you can't, no, I want it to not. You it can't be that way. You wanted a kingdom, now you done screwed your kingdom up. Now it's your job to fix it. You can't hand the wheel over to Jesus, right? Okay, so this is this, you know, and you keep rising, second resurrection, third resurrection, and then you get to the ethereal, right? And this is pretty much like I would say I would put in my words, right? I would say the third resurrection would be more like, okay, so you have like elementary school here. Earth would be like elementary school. And then I would say third resurrection, I'll probably put it like community college or something like that, right? But then like second resurrection would be like a 4-year college. And then here you go into like specializing, so you get like your PhD and stuff like that. And then from here, it's like you go out into the workforce, ethereal, right? The emancipated heavens, right? And you're free. Don't quote me. Once you get up here, you're free to, clearly you're still going to be learning. But up here, there's so much more freedom because you pass like different levels and you can be trusted, right?
Can you touch my lemonade? Lemonade.
I didn't see you add any kind of water to this, son. This looks like straight lemons and sugar.
Can you taste it?
This is straight lemons and sugar. You might need to dilute this just a little bit with some water. Oh, good. Boy.
What?
Oh my God. Hold on. My dog's about locked up. You don't add some water to that? Boy, how do you drink that with no... Put some water in that. You need to put that in a pitcher. And, boy... All of this. How many lemons was that?
A lot.
That's straight lemons and he added sugar to it. You need... This is enough for a whole pitcher. Get a pitcher and fill the pitcher up all the way with water. That's a whole pitcher. That's like concentrated.
What's this sugar? Is that sugar?
I feel that.
Yeah, that is.
Mom, now try my new lemonade.
No, I'm not trying that. Okay.
Mom,
Nope. I already know. That needs to go in the picture. No. Nope.
No, me.
Okay.
Me. What's this?
So above Etheria, it has... Oh, wait.
Mama, this might like it.
Pictures from the other day.
This might like it.
Y'all better get out of here with that. It looks like a
Mom, see?
circle. I'm about to show it to you. This right here. I think that's what we saw the other day. Okay, trying to put these pictures together. Okay, up here, like snail and all that stuff. Or I think that is... Hold on. Earth. I think that's the Vortex. Maybe? Do I have that right? Organic. Don't quote me on what it is. Oh, could be plate B, figure 2. Maybe it's the... It kind of looks like the picture of the wart. Oh, yeah, this is the wart. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let me show this on page 466. Okay, I'm going to show 487 again up here at the top. That's what I'm talking about. At the top of this, above Ethereum, you have this, right? This up here. Here. The little windmill looking thing. This is a wart, right? So if you flip back to page 466 and 467 at the top. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Go ahead. 486. Okay, so here you see that windmill thing, and that's a wart. W-A-R-K. Organic wart. W-A-R-K. So that is here. This, we saw pieces of this, and we saw one that looked like, I think it was this one a little bit right there, right? Well, this is a shattered wart. Okay. Go back to 486. Okay. So let's turn the page. 488. This is plate 49, mathematical problems. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to just read this. I'm going to let y'all look at it. Okay. I can barely get through fractions. I ain't learnt this yet, clearly. Okay, see this? I'll take a picture and you can look at it close up at the picture or study it in your OAHSPE. But I'm going to read it. Turn it down, y'all. Plate 49, mathematical problems. 0, and after 0, it says line of velocity with the 2 arrows and the parallel lines crossing. Okay, I see that if you're looking at it. Okay. And the parallel lines crossing are the signs of boundary to a vortex. Are the signs of boundary to a vortex. Okay, let me just show it to you. Okay. Here. This. Line of velocity, right?
What does this sugar taste like?
You know what sugar tastes like. I'm not going to give you sugar to eat.
Jace, you're not
Okay.
getting,
Line of velocity.
you're not getting lemon juice. You're getting lime juice.
The oscillations of a planet are shown in the curves. In order to reduce the panic signs to English, see Book of Safa. Okay. The Book of Safa is one book compiled of many little books, and in it does have like panic signs and stuff. We don't really understand that anyway, so if you want to flip to it and look at it, I'm going to take you the page number for the Book of Safa, right? So let's go to like I said, I ain't stated it, and I would do it no justice at this point. Maybe next time around, because when we get through reading it this first time, we're going to go back and we're going to start it over and we're going to read it again. This time with a little more understanding from reading it through this first time. When I'm done. Okay, Book of Safa starts on page 516. Bella, turn that down in here. I'm going to send everybody back upstairs. So, maybe Samoan or the Tablet of Ki would probably have the Tablet of Kai or Ki. I be getting it mixed up sometimes. Okay. Yeah, so on page 520, plate 62. No, actually it's a mixture. It's a mixture of Panic, Yahaic, Vedic, Hebraic, and Sanskrit primaries, which is this. Right? Still don't understand it. Just looks like a bunch of letters and symbols to me. But Samoan is interpretation, right?
No, wait.
Yeah, so if you read through this, we're going to read through it in a couple weeks. I still couldn't tell you, like, it's reading it and giving the definitions, but I can't tell you which of these letters or these symbols line up with what it's saying here. Okay. Maybe it has it some other place so we can actually do the translation, but right now, no. Let's go back. Page 4, what was that? 488. Okay, so that's that. Hey, y'all gotta go back upstairs. Come on, everybody go. Come on. Jace, go find a shirt that you can fit. Go back in the room and find something for your top and your bottom, right? All right, the rest of y'all, go back upstairs. Go. Okay, so page 489, you have second 3,000 years. Okay, first 3,000 years and second 3,000 years, they are in like two strips, right? Okay. So we're supposed to be looking at it this way because of where this is written under here. This is the first 3,000 years, first, what? Cut, what's that say? Cut 1, and this is cut 2. And this is the second 3,000 years. You see there's letters and symbols and stuff in there, so I'm going to read what it says under here. Okay. This is plate 50. Okay. B. After plate 50 is B. We'll read that in a second. Okay. It says, travel of the great serpent during the first and second 3,000 years after man's creation, showing also the Orion fields in Etheria with their comparative densities and symbols. So after plate 50, it has reference letter B, which we hop over here to page 515. Lord have mercy. Listen, okay, I shouldn't roll my eyes like that. I might get y'all off. Listen, okay, it's a bunch of numbers. Listen. B, the 1882 edition had 9 cuts total, distributed in 3 plates, plates 53 through 55, with 3 cuts in each plate. In the 1891 edition, plates 53 through 57 also contain 9 cuts total, meaning they had a plate and they cut it, right? So cut and cut it into 3 pieces, right? In the 1890, oh, wow, why they gotta make a mess? Hold on. Little girl, I'm about to lock in what you did. Come on. First of all, who filled that bowl all the way up to the top? Not let the little girl out of here. If she get out, I know one of y'all to let her out. Okay. Let me start over. B. I didn't put her in a room by herself. I put her in a room with her daddy and her other little brother. They sleep. I told her to lay down and go back to sleep with them. And just politely close the door. Listen. B. The 1882 edition had 9 cuts total, distributed in 3 plates, plates 53 through 55, with 3 cuts in each plate. In the 1891 edition, plates 53 through 57 also contain 9 cuts total, distributed in 5 plates, 2 cuts each in plates 53 through 56, and 1 cut in plate 57. The 1882 edition labels each cut cumulatively as 3,000 years, 6,000 years, 9,000 years, etc., up to 27,000 years, while the 1891 edition labels each cut as first 3,000 years, second 3,000 years, etc., up to ninth 3,000 years. It is possible that the arrangement of the 9 cuts is out of order in both editions. They seem to be currently arranged as 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 9, 8, and 7 in that order. If one examines the names of the Etherian regions at the left and right extreme of each plate, one will observe that the names match sequentially if placed in the above rearranged order. There are reasons to believe that each of the 9 cuts represents a span of 9,000 years, not 3,000 years. This is because cut 8 marks our current position in Hui, H-U-Y. See Book of Knowledge, chapter 4, verse 20 in appendix. Hold on, let me just keep reading. And cut 9 represents the future. Since cut 1, cut 4 in book, marks the time from Sethanes, the 8 cuts up through Hui must span the 72,000 year season of Cephas, requiring each of the 8 cuts to span 9,000 years. It follows that cut 9, logically the last cut, should represent 9,000 years into the future, thus completing the first era of Cosmon. Okay. Because this is my first time reading through this, I cannot explain to y'all what in the world he just said. I'm following it, but I'm going to have to go back and forth. You know how I can just rattle off some stuff and I can just explain it? I can't do that with this at this point. Maybe the second time around, I mean, I had time to study, go through the charts, and then I can break off, okay, boom, so here's what it was saying, right? So back here, I can't do that right now with this, right? So I'm sorry ahead of time. So let's hop real quick. It says, this is because cut 8 marks our current position in Hui. See Book of Knowledge, chapter 4, verse 20 in appendix. So let's do that real quick. Let's see what that says. Actually, I think the Book of Knowledge begins the index, if I remember. Index. Current position of solar system. No. Glossary. I'm sorry, no. Oh, the appendix. It said appendix. I said index. Okay. Book of Knowledge starts on page 478. I said chapter 4. Three. Tasman Shalom. Okay, chapter 4, verse 20. Chapter 4, verse 20, which is on page 755, right side, very last verse. And yet in other cycles, the earth prospered only on one continent, and none could be inspired to go abroad and live with Asu. So Jehovah saw wisdom in the ark of Suth, who held dominion for 3,000 years, and he begat Iz, who was in dominion 3,100 years, and he begat Oph, who reigned 3,600 years, who begat Apollo, who reigned 2,800 years, who begat Osiris the first, who reigned 3,300 years, who begat Abraham and Brahma, who reigned 2,400 years, who begat Moses and Capelia, who reigned 3,400 years, who begat Cosmon, of which this is the 33rd year, 1881, the year 1881, and the great serpent is the 64th hui of the orbit of Savorcum or Savorcum B, and it has the reference letter B for here. So let's read this B as well since we had to read it. So let's go to the end of this book, and book here for Savorcum says, it's on page 764, Travels of the Great Serpent, 8th 3,000 years, plate 53. Cut 152. Plate 53. Oh, okay, so here is this plate. Y'all, I got my finger healed in so many places. Hold on. Okay, so that's it. This is the plate 53. At the bottom is cut 8, the 8th 3,000 years. Down here. Here. And you're going to have to wait for the pictures if you ain't got the book to actually study what's inside of there. Right? You got panic numbers, letters, symbols. Okay. Travels the Great Serpent. I'm back on page 764 at B. Travels of the Great Serpent, 8th 3,000 years, plate 53. The Etherian region Hui is the present location of the solar system as it travels along the Savorcum. While the text reads 64th Hui, the plate reads 44th Hui. Okay. So let's go back to the reference in the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy on page 515. And it had another, hold on, I think it's another thing we had to look at. No, not here. Go back to the plate. It had something here. Wait. I messed up my spot. Oh, page 489. Go back to page 489. Okay. So, looking at plate 50, we just read B, but also in the explanation of what plate 50 is, and it says, let me just read it. Travel of the great serpent during the first and second 3,000 years after man's creation. After creation is reference letter 1. And reference letter 1 is directly under it. And it says, the 1882 edition labels each cut cumulatively as 3,000 years, 6,000 years, 9,000 years, etc., up to 27,000 years, while the 1891 edition labels each cut as first 3,000 years, second 3,000 years, etc., up to ninth 3,000 years. Okay. We ain't even got to the reading portion of this. Okay, page 490, y'all. Hold on. How many more places we got to look at before we can read the stuff? Okay. Forgive my attitude. I'm just ready to start reading this. We got to look at the plates though. Okay, on page 490. Oh, okay, so this is going through the cuts. Okay, so the first 3,000 years, the second 3,000 years, the third 3,000 years, all the way up to the ninth 3,000 years. It's showing you each cut, right? Okay, so I understand this. Maybe we'll get through it a little bit faster. Okay, so page 490, you got the third 3,000 years, and this is the fourth 3,000 years, the fourth cut. And under here for plate 51, it says, travel of the great serpent during the third and fourth 3,000 years after man's creation, showing also the Orion fields in Etheria with their comparative densities and symbols, right? Okay, so 491, flip it this way. This is the fifth 3,000 years and the sixth 3,000 years. This is the fifth cut. This is the sixth cut. I mean, what's in here looks pretty cool. Like I said, you can study it and look at everything, maybe study the symbols. We probably be able to break these strips down in a few years, right, of studying and going through it and pay attention and observing. We be able to get the math down, but this is like class orientation. Listen, at least if you listen to my video, because I can't tell you nothing about it. I'm just reading the letters in English. Plate 52, travel of the great serpent during the fifth and sixth 3,000 years after man's creation, showing also the Orion fields in Etheria with their comparative densities and symbols. Okay. Seventh 3,000 years, which is cut 7, and this is the eighth 3,000 years, which is cut 8. And oh, wait a minute, hold up. Wait. Travels. Pathway of the solar flanks for 25,000 for the grade. See table of prophecy. The figure of the serpent represents the solar flanks. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back. Oh no, wait. This is over here at the end. This Savor from the great serpent to travel. Oh, I'm gonna get it. Hold on. I'm gonna do the studying by myself. I'll be able to tell y'all soon. Cause I think, hold on, this is cutting up the longer. I don't know. Don't have me lying because if I get it wrong. Okay. Did we do? Okay. We did the 7th and the 8th. Did we do the 7th and the 8th? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, we did that. So page 493, the 9th. Wait, did we? Did I just say that? 3,000 years, Orion. Just in case I didn't, because it almost said the same thing. Okay, page 492, the 7th 3,000 years, cut 7, and the 8th 3,000 years, cut 8. Plate 53, travel of the great serpent during the 7th and 8th 3,000 years after man's creation, showing also the Orion fields in Etheria with their comparative densities and symbols. If y'all know what all this is, please share it, right? I know it's in some of these pictures, but this is just kind of zoomed in and then cut so you can see the little symbols and stuff on the inside. Okay, and this is cut 9, the 9th 3,000 years, and this is the last one of the cuts. And it says plate 54, travel of the great serpent during the 9th 3,000 years after man's creation, showing also the Orion fields in Etheria with their comparative densities and symbols. And so all those cuts look a little bit different. You got some of the same symbols in them, but if you get close, that might be dark. That looks dark for YouTube. I don't know why that looks so dark. I'm sorry. I don't want to have y'all in the dark over here. Okay. All right, like I said, I'll post the pictures. All right, let's move on. Page 494. Plate 55, light illustrated. So this one here, this definitely look like science pages now, right here. So this is broken up, right? So the phases of the moon. This is the phases of the moon here. Those who've been studying that are pretty familiar with this, right? So this one right here is spiral nebula in what? In Cain's Venatici, whatever. That's this. Here we have Dante's comet, general view, showing the head and envelopes. Donati. Here. This one. Here is on November 15th, 1959, a meteor of this class passed over New Jersey. It was visible in full sunlight and was followed by a series of terrific explosions. And the picture under it says fireball as observed in a telescope, and was followed by a series of terrific explosions which were compared to the discharge of 1,000 cannons. Other meteors are so large that they reach the earth before complete vaporization takes place, and we then have a fall of what we call, and we have a fall of what are called meteorites, often accompanied by loud explosions. So that's this right here, a meteor shower, at least what we call it, right here. And up here is star clusters, right? And it's showing you what the star clusters look like. This one is in Libra. This one is in Capricorn. Here. This one doesn't have one. Maybe both of these are for Libra. This is just looks like this is probably just a closer version of this one. Then you have this one under here in Aquarius, and this one is in Gemini. Okay. Next plate 56. Different lenses illustrated. Okay, so at the top, I'm going to show it to you, but I'm going to just read it first. At the top, you have cut C, then figure 5, figure 6. Figure 6 is annular eclipse of 1836, corona, Bailey's beads. So let's go ahead and show you that. My G, it looks like the lens of an eye. This right here, this is corona. Interesting name in this book. Penned in 1881, 82, 80, no, 80. Begin to cause my eye. I think they said 1881. Here, this right there. Look like this. If I get a little close, you'll be able to see Facebook. The lens of my eye. All right. So this looks like this, split in half and turned upside down in opposite directions of each other, right? This is cut C. All this right here. And this down here is vortex-ometer. And under that, it has letters A through E. A says so inside the picture, the different symbols and stuff have letters beside them. A is a very fine needle point. B, 2 pieces of straw. C is a cup. D is formica or pith discs, blackened on one side. The arms between the straw and the cirques and the disc are bent fiberglass. E is glass support holding cup. This instrument was invented by Crookes of England in the year 28K. I don't know what year it is. 28. I don't even know what the K is. In the year 28K, but neither he nor any other philosopher knew the cause of its axial motion until herein revealed. And this is the vortexometer right here. And we almost done with these plates, and then it's gonna actually start the book. Oh my God, we had an hour. Oh, y'all forgive me for my whole attitude. I'm like that student in class that be looking at my watch. Oh my God, I wish you would hurry up, right? So now I'm the student that be called to the front of class. Oh, you come explain everything then. So I'm like, look, okay, so I don't know what the K mean. Look at this picture. Y'all need to go ahead and study it at home. Y'all come back and let me know what it is. We'll figure it out together, right? So this is that. Okay. So here look like Pac-Man upside down. It says, see Cosmogony, chapter 3, verse 7. The earth and its vortexian lens comparative size. Okay. See Cosmogony. I'm not going to flip to that because we literally are about to read that. And so the one above it says, see Cosmogony, chapter 2, verse 7. And it has an oval shape and a line going through it with a hyperbolic and a parabolic line going in front of it. I'm about to show it to you for figure 4. And the line going through the middle of it has major ages. Then at the bottom is elliptic, right? That's this one right here. Okay. Cringer, take your time, sis. We're all trying to learn this together. Okay, look. Oh, probably so set apart. I think the K stands for Cosmon. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. I think that was everything here on page 495. Okay, one more plate, y'all. Then we can actually start the book of cosmology. Okay. Plate 57, illustrations of corporal worlds. Right, so this is numbered. Where's 1? I guess this would be 1. Okay. Okay, so we're familiar with some of this right here, right? Okay, so each block is numbered. Everything has a number except for this one, and the number 1 is missing. So I'm assuming that this is 1. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But here, in that one, it has relative size of the sun and planets. Then it has asteroids. Okay. Up here at the top, I probably can't see it because it's too small. This says asteroids, and this under here says, no, those are just dots. Beside it over here, these say KS, EV, and MY, right? Under here, it has NUSJ, so I'm assuming this is Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. Right here. So 2. This is block 2, and it's showing you, it says comparative size. This is Saturn compared to Earth, right? So Saturn is a billion times bigger than what Earth is, right? So that's 2. Okay, 3
Mom,
is, yes, girl.
you can buy me and Jason Play-Doh. They not letting us play with him Play-Doh.
No, quit talking to me about Play-Doh. Get out of my refrigerator, little light-skinned boy. Get out of my pantry, taller light-skinned boy. All y'all get out of my kitchen. Bye. Okay, I'll fix y'all something to eat in a minute.
But there's chicken. Oatmeal.
Get out. Okay, so 3. This is 3 right here, right? And so this in the middle says pole star. At the top is the upper culmination lower culmination. Like, I'm gonna really have a good time studying this with my telescope and stuff and going outside. Some of this stuff I won't be able to see. But as you get out there, what I learned while studying the book of Enoch, when you actually get out there observing the sky and doing research, just literally trying to pinpoint different things, gets interesting, and knowledge comes a little bit faster by actually getting out there doing, instead of just reading about it, trying to figure it out up here. Because a lot of times, if you don't have that hands-on, what you getting up here with the books, it don't click fully all the way, right? So we got some more research and studying to do, right? Some of this stuff we probably won't be able to see anyway unless we go out of body, right? We working on that too. We know how to do it. We just don't know how to get here, right? So I don't want to be off somewhere and don't know how to get back. I kind of hover close to the house when I go out of body. Look, okay, let me quit playing. Okay, so 3 here is different positions of the Great Dipper at intervals of 6 hours. Okay, so here is east, west, and I guess this would be north and south because this is east and west, right? And so you can see here, is this arrows? Yeah, arrow is very tiny. Okay, so these are actually arrows here, 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 and here. And they're actually pointed, the arrowhead is pointing this way, like the motion is going around like this. So we're following it the right way. So that's that. Okay, so that's 3. Where's 4? This is 4, shape of the universe. Here, that's 4. This is 5 down here. The northern circumpolar constellations, right? So we're familiar with what's in there. I'll read it. You got Little Bear. Oh, my neck hurt. This book heavy. You got Little Bear, Polaris. What is that? Sebus, Draco. Ooh, Great Bear, Cassiopeia. Okay, so you can see the Little Dipper, the Big Bear, the Little Dipper, Big Dipper, Little Bear, Little Bear. Yeah, you can see that in there. Don't have me saying it wrong. But there is an app. I gotta share this with y'all. I think I told y'all about this a little over a year ago. But this app is amazing. Not the Moon app, but in order to, I forget the name of it, but it's in my thing. If you open it up, you don't even have to be outside, but to test it, go outside, especially on a clear night, right? Open up this app. Even if you're inside the house, it'll show you the position of the sky and the stars, the constellations, even while you're in your house. It's pretty cool. It's really animated, right? And if you want to connect it, if you see this, because clearly if you go out there and look, if you're not trained to where different things at, you know how they draw the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper look like a pot or a spoon, ladle, or whatever. That's not necessarily drawing in the sky, but if you recognize where it's located and you connect the dots, you can tell that this is that, right? So this app is pretty cool. It's animated. So everything that you can draw in the sky with Little Bear, Big Bear, Draco, all of that stuff, you can see it. It's amazing. The kids was playing with it. When I first got, I was like, oh my gosh. And so we walking through the house, inside the house, right? Inside the house looking, you can tell where the moon is at. So once we walked through the house, we actually went outside and held it up. And it was amazing how accurate this particular app is in locating the different constellations and stars in the sky. I'm gonna give y'all the name of that when we done. Hold on, because after it's, and they actually have 2, but one of them is amazing. And I was using this also while tracking the course of the moon, because remember when I told y'all it seemed like the moon at a certain period during a month, it seemed like the moon disappears. It doesn't disappear, but where I was living at the time, when it got towards the middle of the month, it seemed like it would disappear for a couple days, then it would reappear. I was like, maybe that's what Enoch's talking about. It's changing the gate or whatever. But what I found out, because, we get out and we actually get in the car and we don't see it, and we circle the block, and we found that it hadn't disappeared. We just had to go down maybe I don't know, maybe a little bit more than a mile to actually track where it was at. And so that was interesting on how it changes positions and stuff. So we're still trying to figure that out, you know, but it's really interesting. We still in the midst of studying when I'm done. We're still in the midst of studying all of this. It's a very extensive study, but it gets fun when you actually add that hands-on portion, right? So technology is amazing if you use it for its strengths and what it's there for. So that app is pretty, matter of fact, I'm going to give you two. It's two of them.
Mom, can I end it today?
Boy.
Please.
Move. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So I give you the two apps. And I'll give y'all the moon app again. I know y'all probably already got that, the moon app again. And the two apps for the constellations. Y'all got to go play with it. You can even look at it in the day. Although it's not dark, you can see it at night, especially on a clear sky. But if you want to start playing with it during the day hours, it'll still pinpoint everything. Even the rise and the course of the sun and the moon. And it's pretty cool. Okay. Enough about that. Okay, that was 5. So 6 is ellipse. Go ahead, Josiah. Go ahead. It's in there. Take what you want. 6 is the elliptical nebula near Andromeda. And that's this here. And that's here. Right. And so then we have 7. And 7 is the last one. What, boy?
Where's that?
That's Saturn. Girl, give me my stuff. Who let y'all out the room?
No. You coming from over there?
Listen, okay, get out the kitchen. 7 is Ring, Nebula, and Lyra, right? Okay, so this is all of, hold on, can everybody see that? This is all of 7, and it's split down here. This is Ring and Lyra, all right? Okay. Chloe, have mercy, took us an hour and 16 minutes. Now let's start this. Look, hold on. Let me tell him to keep his kids quiet. You, come here. Little girl, stand right there. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to give y'all the app. It's pretty cool. Mom. Hi, guys. Look, Grand Rising Shalom. Okay. Page 497. Bella, cut it down. Chapter 1 is pretty long. It is 57 verses, but we're going to get through it. It's not that long. It's 10. It's 11 chapters, and it goes to page 515. But we won't read all of this today. We will probably just read this one, possibly to the end of chapter. We'll do the end of chapter 2 today, because Elijah's about to make sure his kids stay quiet. Okay. Hey, babe. Thank you. Bella, chill. Yeah, baby doll did that right there. I was going to get it when I got done. Yeah. Okay. Chapter 1, page 497. The same principles apply to, hey, y'all two just go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go. Go. Drink it on the way to the sink and leave it there because you can't take it through my house. You go. He'll follow you. Little sis. Let's go. Thank you very much. Okay. Chapter 1. The same principles apply to all the stars, suns, planets, and moons, differing in manifestation on account of size, motion, density, and relative place. The earth, this is real science that we should be, look, I know I'm already cutting myself off. I already be teaching like the basic stuff in science or whatever, but we like to actually, like I said, get out there and look and observe so it sticks. And when we're out there, because they call out the moon, are they going to move? Or they calling out different things. I'm like, okay, y'all paying attention. So I think this book, after I get through it and actually soak it in, it'll help me better explain things that we see, especially what we see on the app, And the app is it's really, really detailed, and you can click on things, you can blow it up, and it'll tell you all the different stuff and all the facts about it. So y'all gonna really like it. Okay. Chapter 1. The same principles apply to all the stars, suns, planets, and moons, differing in manifestation on account of size, motion, density, and relative place. The earth floateth in the midst of a vortex, the outer extremity of which is somewhat beyond the moon. Okay, so after vortex, we have reference letter C. So let's hop back to page 515. And C says, see illustrations of vortices, plates 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 42, and 43 in God's Book of Being. We just finished reading that, and we saw these recently the last couple of days. So actually all of these are posted. I posted these day before yesterday. 19, 20, 20. Okay, so let me just show them to you again real quick. Starting on page 462, it's all of these right here with the vortex and the warp. We've actually looked at a couple of them. There's a vortex, the secondary vortex, third age of vortex. Then you got this, the fourth age of vortex, and then over here you got the warps and the Jae, and you got the shattered warp, and you got the earth in Aji. I think that was these right here too. Yep, nebula and all that good stuff. So go back there or look at the pictures from the other day, and that's there. And so go back to page 497, verse 2. The earth floateth in the midst of a vortex, the outer extremity of which is somewhat beyond the moon. The vortex is globular, corresponding to the form of the earth, with slight differences, which will be pointed out hereafter. Vortices are not all closed at the ends; some are open at both ends. The vortex turneth the earth on its axis with its own axial motion. It's turning that. You know what? I think Selah Shalom did a video showing this. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go look, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it. Vortex video. Okay, verse 3. The vortex turneth the earth on its axis with its own axial motion. Consequently, the outer part of the vortex hath greater velocity than near the earth's surface, which hath an axial motion of 1,000 miles an hour. The moon hath a vortex surrounding it also, which hath a rotation axially once a month, but being an open vortex turneth not the moon. All vortices do not lay in contact with the planet, in which case it is called a dead planet. The semi-diameter of the moon's vortex is 10 times the moon's diameter, and the semi-diameter of the earth's vortex 30 times the earth's diameter, with variations which will be explained hereafter. Okay, so after the semi-diameter of the moon's vortex, after it has reference number 2, and 2 at the bottom says the semi-diameter of the moon's vortex. And then 2, I thought I saw 3. Okay, verse 5, page 497. The outer rim, 42,000 miles abroad of the earth's, hold on, I did miss one. Yeah, 3, okay, because this jumped to 4. Okay, so let me read reference 3 at the bottom. Reference 3 says, and the semi-diameter of the earth's vortex. Reference 4 says, it's after the moon, right? The moon's vortex. And reference number 4 at the bottom says, of the moons, and moons is in square brackets, of the moon's earth's vortex. Okay, so go back up. The outer rim, 42,000 miles abroad of the moon's vortex, hath a revolution axially with the earth once a month. The swiftest part of the earth's vortex is therefore about 15,000 miles this side of the orbit of the moon. So I guess we just now kind of starting at actually studying the cycle of the moon and the phases. We're almost finished reading, and my book is finally arriving today. They were on back order, right? Yeah. So OAHSPE, if you haven't gotten it, Big Blue, the lowest edition, right? They got it back in stock. Order them now. People ordering them now. They order them like in like 2s and 3s and 4s, so they might be out again pretty soon. Selah shalom, peace, peace. Okay. So back to, let me read 5 again. The outer rim, 42,000 miles abroad of the moon's vortex, hath a revolution axially with the earth once a month. The swiftest part of the earth's vortex is therefore about 15,000 miles this side of the orbit of the moon. From the swiftest part of the earth's vortex, its force is towards the earth's center. And if there were no earth here at present, the vortex would make one presently. Wow. Let me read that again. From the swiftest part of the earth's vortex, its force is towards the earth's center. And if there were no earth here at present, the vortex would make one presently. Wow. Things fall not to the earth because of the magnetism. Things fall not to the earth because of the magnetism therein, save as hereinafter mentioned, but they are driven toward the center of the vortex by the power of the vortex. We definitely need to be studying this vortex. Verse 8, the greater diameter of the vortex is east and west, the lesser diameter north and south, with an inclination and oscillation relatively like the earth. The name of the force of the vortex is called vortexia, that is, positive force, because it is arbitrary and exerted east and west. Okay, so after vortexia, you have reference letter D. And D on page 515 says, the discussion of vortexia and its relationship to vortices draws some interesting parallels to modern descriptions of dark energy and dark matter, particularly in the way it seems to manifest in our physical universe. This is what CERN is studying, y'all. Y'all studied CERN? They playing around with this. Listen. The discussion of vortexia and its relationship to vortices draws some interesting parallels to modern descriptions of dark energy and dark matter. I watched a lot of their videos on dark matter energy and what they're doing with that I think I'm about to say it wrong. It's not hydrogen collider. It's not say it like that, but it's like collider. What's the name of that thing they got? I'm gonna have to post it. I'm gonna have to post the video. Hold on, let me put CERN. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video again when they was talking about this. I think is it the hydro collider? Did I say that right? I probably said it wrong, but I know collider and high is a part of it. I think. I know collider is, right? They're trying to bring, they're playing with the dark matter energy. Here's how I understand what CERN is doing. They're literally trying to bring the spirit in, correct me if I'm wrong, Selah. What CERN is doing, they're trying to bring the spirit into the flesh world. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull what's in the S realm, in the spiritual realm, and manifest it here. That's what they're trying to do. That's what I understand about it, right? So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on, definitely got to share that. Okay. The discussion of vortexia and its relationship to vortices draws some interesting parallels to modern descriptions of dark energy and dark matter, particularly in the way it seems to manifest in our physical universe. Okay, let's go back. Page 497, verse 9. The name of the force of the vortex is called vortexia, that is, positive force, because it is arbitrary and exerted east and west. As in the case of a wheel turning on its axis, its force would be at right angles with its axis, the extreme center of which will be no force. Its force would be at right angles with its axis, the extreme center of which will be no force. Probably talking about like if you see a wheel going fast, the spokes are going so fast to where the middle, it looks like a solid picture, like it's not even turning, right? Which is probably giving the example at the extreme center, which will be no force, if I explained that right. Okay, verse 10. For which reason the north and the south line of the Earth's vortex is called the vortexia, or negative force, for it is the subject of the other. First time, greetings. Okay. As a whirlwind gathereth up straw and dust, which travel toward the center of the whirlwind and to the poles thereof, even so do corporeal substances incline to approach the poles of the earth's vortex, which may be proved by posing a magnetized needle. Y'all go back upstairs. Go. Bye, Bella. In the early times, the earth was longer north and south than east and west, but the vortexia being less than the vortexia, the earth assumed the globular form, which was afterward attenuated east and west. Then it again turned to adapt itself to the polarity north and south. Listen, I even went through my whole phases of flat earth and hollow earth and flat, like all this stuff, right? You know what? I think all the flat earthers, the globers, the spheres, the hollow earths, whatever. Everybody needs to come together and read the book of Cosmogony and Prophecy and take all their little pieces of the puzzle, put it together, mark out the garbage. And, you know, some of this stuff can be tested. It really can. We've been kind of testing and looking at some stuff. Some things we just haven't gotten to yet, but nevertheless, it's really interesting, and it makes for fun science. Just overall life lessons when you got a bunch of little kids to do it with. You know, the lessons kind of be all over the place, especially because especially if you only got one telescope, and everybody want to fight to see and looking at first and just do all this testing. But let me read this. Verse 11. In the early times, the earth was longer north and south than east and west. But the vortexia being less than the vortexia, the earth assumed the globular form, again turned to adapt itself to the polarity north and south. In these various turnings of the earth, the same force of the vortex exerted ever to the east and west, by which behavior every portion of the earth hath been to the east, to the west, to the north, and to the south, which is proven in the rocks and boulders and the mountains of the earth. Boy, if you don't go put that back in there. Wherefore, that one is not to use outside. That is just decoration. Go put it back on side. No, go put it back up there. Because I said you can't. That one is for decoration. We got a telescope. We found a little telescope. It's an old, matter of fact, bring it here, Isaiah. Bring it here. This is just for decoration purposes. We got a bigger one that we actually, come on, you can show it. But they're not supposed to be playing with this. This is to put on our National Treasure bookshelf, right? So We found
it's
this.
a mini telescope.
Yeah. And this was, hold on. We got this piece. We went to, remember what I told you I got the stuff from, it's a place called Home Emporium here. And they got different little, some ancient pieces, some pieces from all over the world. This one, hold on, stop so I can see. Victoria. I can't even read that. Victoria something telescope. But anyway, this comes from London. 1915. That's what this little plate says, right? But it's working. You can see through it, but we didn't get it to actually look through. Although we will probably look through it a couple times. But this is really just for decoration, right? Of course, we got more up to date, you know, modern ones.
Y'all can look through it.
But oh, okay. Can y'all see through that? Oh, have mercy. He done stuck it up here. He trying to get y'all to see through it. They ain't gonna see nothing because we inside the house. Go put it back. Okay. Let me read verse 13 over. When it is shown there is no north and south polar power in the earth let me go back to 12. Okay. In these various turnings of the earth, the same force of the vortex exerteth ever to the east and west, by which behavior every portion of the earth hath been to the east, to the west, to the north, and to the south, which is proven in the rocks and boulders and mountains of the earth. Wherefore it is shown there is no north and south polar power in the earth as such. Furthermore, the iron mountains show they attract east and west and north and south without any regard to a central polar force in the earth, wherein mortals have been taught erroneously in regard to two powers which do not exist, and they have been hereforto set forth. These are the attraction of gravitation in the earth and a north pole magnetism in the earth. The positive force of the vortex is, therefore, from the external toward the internal, and the negative force of the vortex is towards the poles, and in the ascendant toward the pole external from the sun center. Y'all gonna have to just read that over a couple times till you get that. Whereof it may be said, the force of the vortex is towards its own center, but turneth at the center and escapeth outward at the north pole. As one may draw a line from the east to the center of the earth, thence a right angle due north, which will be the current of the vortex until the center were filled with a corporal body. After which the same power applieth, and is all one power, although for convenience called positive and negative. See plate 56, cut C, figure 2. We already looked at that. Plate 56. For 56. Cut C, figure 2. Oh, yeah, it's like a right angle. Yeah, okay. So from the east to the center, from the center north, right? Okay, so here. Right here. Wait, is that the right one? It said figure 2? Or did it say figure 3? Anyway. This is figure 2. This is figure 3. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, figure 2. This one. From east to the center, then up to north. Okay, yeah, this one right here. And you can see the break in between at the corners of the box. So this is figure 3. Right, so this will be going from what? South to north. Then it will cut over to the west. Okay, yeah. Y'all get it. Let's go back. Okay, verse 17, page 498, y'all. We may just read to the end of this chapter. Okay, verse 17, page 498. Vortexia can be concentrated in iron and steel and in iron ore, in which condition they are called magnetic. And these substances, if poised as needles, will assume the line of polarity of the vortex or its poles. I'm sure that this would make a whole lot more sense if we actually had some of this stuff to do little experiments so we can see the magnetism and the pulling and all of that stuff. Like if we actually had it in front of us, manipulatives, this would make a whole lot more sense if we're not getting it up here while we're reading it, right? Because clearly, yeah, listen. Vortexia can be concentrated in iron and steel and in iron ore, in which condition they are called magnetic. And these substances, ooh, I keep cutting myself off. Listen, maybe, probably Selah or Cosmogony Cow. Y'all know this a whole lot better. Maybe y'all can do like an animation or something and show us this, like go through here and make an animation. Like, because I don't know how to do it, right? I don't know how to do it. I don't even know what it looked like. I can kind of think, but I know it can be done. Or maybe you ain't got to do an animation if you don't know how to do that, but get something, go get some stuff and record it and show us the pulling and all of that good stuff, right? That'll be cool. That'll be real cool. It'll help us understand this. We can add hands-on to our book knowledge, right? Okay. I'm just throwing that out there. It ain't got to be them. Somebody else who was science whiz know how to do this. We just throw it out there. Somebody help us out. Verse 17. Vortexia can be concentrated in iron and steel and in iron ore, in which condition they are called magnetic. And these substances, if poised as needles, will assume the line of polarity of the vortex or its poles. Vortexia in the atmosphere will combine oxygen and hydrogen, and an explosion ensueth, which is called thunder. What? Wait a minute. What? Hold up. Hold on. So now every time a thunderstorm, I'll be like, look, let me tell y'all what's happening. Look. Hold up. I still really don't understand it, but clearly when I hear thunder now, I'm going to think about this. Okay. Vortexia in the atmosphere will combine oxygen and hydrogen, and an explosion ensueth, which is called thunder. Hold up. Oh, yo, read it one more time. Vortexia in the atmosphere will combine oxygen and hydrogen, and an explosion ensueth, which is called thunder. But if an iron wire be raised up in the air, a lightning rod, it formeth a negative center, to which the vortexia flieth quickly, following it down into the moisture of the earth, where it is dissolved. A lightning rod, it formeth a negative center, to which the vortexia flieth quickly, following it down into the moisture of the earth, where it is dissolved. Let me finish reading this, because I think a thought is trying to form here. I'm trying to understand this. Hold on. Let me read it all over. Vortexia in the atmosphere will combine oxygen and hydrogen, and an explosion ensueth, which is called thunder. But if an iron wire be raised up in the air, a lightning rod, it formeth a negative center, to which the vortexia flieth quickly, following it down into the moisture of the earth, where it is dissolved. Probably a lightning strike, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like if you ignorant of it, these people, now I got to go back and watch lightning strikes, right? I got to go back and watch lightning strikes, because for that to follow you, something had to be going on with these people who got struck by lightning. Especially people who, it's crazy you to get struck by lightning more than once, right? Twice is like, we might call it coincidence, but I was telling my sister, we was talking yesterday, it was like, you know what? every day, the more we read through OAHSPE and the more we understand, I'm almost certain that there are no coincidences, right? I'm certain that there are no coincidences. We are just lacking information of what's really going on around us, right? But it's a perfect science. Listen, hold on. I gotta look up lightning strikes. Yeah, right? So that sounds like a lightning strike? Okay. Hold on. Look, if y'all know this while we fumbling around trying to figure this out, drop it in the comment section. Like, cause I'm gonna be looking up this stuff. Okay. But if an iron wire be raised up in the air, a lightning rod, it formeth a negative center to which the vortexia flieth quickly, following it down into the moisture of the earth where it is dissolved, right? And we're walking water bags. If an iron wire extendeth from city to city, and vortexia be charged at one end, it will manifest at the other pole, and at times even escape in a flame of fire, electric flash. In like manner, the vortex of the earth constantly chargeth the earth with its vortexia in the east and west, and it manifesteth in the northern pole of the vortex in flames of fire, which are called borealis. Oh, what? Oh, I love to look at aurora borealis. Look, hold up. Oh, y'all, hold on. Okay, listen. In like manner, the vortex of the earth constantly chargeth the earth with its vortexia in the east and west, and it manifesteth in the northern pole of the vortex in flames of fire, which are called borealis. But it sometimes happeneth over high iron mountains that the light is manifested in other directions. A Suis can see vortexia and is proven by placing a horseshoe magnet before him in the dark. Yo, hold on. Listen. I'm thinking about the movie Colors again. And sometimes, this is crazy. Hold up. Why don't nobody teach you about this when they be teaching about prophetic stuff? Listen, hold up. Let me read verse 20 over. In like manner, the vortex of the earth constantly chargeth the earth with its vortexia in the east and west, and it manifesteth in the northern pole of the vortex in flames of fire, which are called borealis. But it sometimes happeneth over high iron mountains that the light is manifested in other directions. A Suis, remember, a Suis is somebody who can see, or clairvoyance, right? Clairvoyance, you can see far spiritually, right? You can see. Also, you can pronounce judgment if you're trained appropriately on what it is. You know, you're in Pennsylvania. Hold on, Jen. The Aurora B is shifting. Pennsylvania going to be able to see it. What? I saw it on the news. Yo, send the link, Jen. Send the link. Or where you saw that on the news. Yo, this is amazing. Hold up, y'all. Hold on, put Jen, Aurora B, share link. Share the link. Now I'm be Googling it. Hold on. Okay, so things are shifting. Okay, listen. A Suis, hold on. Let me just go back again. I done read this verse like 20 times. Verse 20. In like manner, the vortex of the earth constantly chargeth the earth with its vortexia in the east and west, and it manifested. Listen, boy, don't be asking me how long. Y'all gonna really enjoy what I'm learning right now, because we're gonna be going to look for this stuff. Look, hold on. We can get so much more out of our little. Hold up.
I'm hungry and I'm going to stop.
Boy, no, you're not. You are of age. Your hands work. Get you something. If you're going to wait for me to make the pancakes, then you need to chill out.
Pancakes.
Get out of my kitchen. Listen. In like manner, the vortex of the earth constantly chargeth the earth with its vortexia in the east and west, and it manifesteth in the northern pole of the vortex in flames of fire, which are called borealis. But it sometimes happeneth over high iron mountains that the light is manifested in other directions. A Suis can see vortexia, as is proven by placing a horseshoe magnet before him in the dark, and he would describe the polar light escaping, even though he hath not been previously informed. When vortexia is manifested in flames of fire, it is called electricity. But when it lieth dormant as in iron, it is called magnetism. Where two corporeal substances are rubbed quickly together, friction and heat result. This is a manifestation of vortexia. Where two corporeal substances are rubbed together quickly, friction and heat result. That's something we can tell everybody do that. Friction and heat, y'all feel it? Hands heating up? Listen. When vortexia is manifested in flames of fire, it is called electricity. But when it lieth dormant as in iron, it is called magnetism. Where two corporeal substances, corporeal, 1, 2, hand, left, right. Where two corporeal substances are rubbed quickly together, friction and heat result. This is a manifestation of vortexia. In the beginning of the Earth's vortex, the current concentrated certain substances, which will be described hereafter, in the center thereof, where by friction the vortexia manifested in heat, so that when the congregation of materials of the earth's substance were together, they were as a molten mass of fire. Ain't it, Shayla? Hey, girl, this is neat. Look, this is good. Yes, baby.
Did you send this for $10?
I'll send it as soon as I'm done, babe. I'm almost done. I ain't gonna read chapter 2, y'all. I'm gonna finish reading 1, but I couldn't just end it on the plates. We had to read some of this. Listen. Okay. Verse 24. And for a long period of time, after the fire disappeared, 2 great lights manifested, one at the north and one at the south. Were the earth a central planet like the sun, the light would have been all around, in which case it would have been called a photosphere. By vortexia was the earth first formed as a ball of fire. By vortexia was the earth first formed as a ball of fire. By the same power is the warmth of the surface of the earth manufactured to this day. Think not that heat cometh from the sun to the earth. Heat cometh not from the sun to the earth, of which matter mortals in part still dwell in the superstitions of the ancients, who believed all things came from the sun. For is it not said to this day, heat and light come from the sun? Nay, without examination, they also talk about the attraction of gravitation of the sun extending to other planets. Corpore, as such, hath no power in any direction Corpore, as such, hath no power in any direction whatever, neither attraction of cohesion, nor attraction of gravitation, nor hath it propulsion, but it inert in all particulars. As two ships sailing near each other will collide, or as two balls suspended by long cords will approach each other somewhat, the cause lieth not in the ships or the balls, but in what is external to them. Yeah, okay. Cast water, cast like throw, C-A-S-T, cast water on a dusty floor, and the drops of water will assume globular forms, being coated with dust. For convenience sake, it is said that the globular form is natural to a liquid, and it is called the globular power, but it is nevertheless caused by a power external to itself. Approach one of the drops of water, which lieth coated with dust, with a piece of cloth, and instantly the globe of water breaketh and climbeth up into the cloth. Yeah. This is erroneously called capillary attraction, but in fact, the water had no attraction for the cloth, nor the cloth for the water. The power which accomplished this was external to both, and was the same in kind as the vortexia that brought the earth to its center and maintained it therein. Okay, I understand that. Verse 29. Withdraw the vortexian power, and the earth would instantly go into dissolution. That is good. Okay. So this power that holds everything together on the earth, everything in place, is the vortex. Okay. Withdraw the vortexian power, and the earth would instantly go into dissolution. When the cloth approacheth the drop of water, it breaketh the vortex thereof, and the water goeth into divisible parts into the cloth in search of negative polarity. What is called corporeal substance, which has length, breadth, and thickness, remaineth so by no power of its own, but by vortexia external thereto. Exchange the vortexia, and the corpore goeth into dissolution. This power was, by the ancients, called uz, or the fourth dimension of corpore. See ooze in the 9 entities, God's Book of Ben. We read that. Boy, stop. Okay, so real quick, let's go back and look at that real quick. See ooze in the 9 entities, which was, I took a picture of that. Remember when I was doing all them shapes and stuff? Okay, God's Book of Ben. Hold on. That was on page 460. I'm gonna show it to you. This right here. So ooze is, oh, okay, yeah, okay. This one right here. The square with the breaks at the 4 corners, right? Okay. I'm saying it wrong, y'all, so fit. Globular, not globular. What? You just said the same thing. Yes, Tootie.
You're done.
Yes,
Hold on. Globular, not globular. Globular? Globular? Hold on. And answer this. Missing the E. Globular, not globular. So globular is how you say it. Globular. Say yes or no. Y'all so fit. Globular. Globular. Is globular right? I'ma wait. So I don't want to be. I already be sounding crazy enough, but if y'all can correct me on some parts, help us out. Globular? Yes or no? Globular? I'm waiting. Yeah, so fit. Globular? Is globular? Like I'm serious. Am I supposed to be saying globular? Or am I still saying it wrong? I be a little slow sometimes. Help me out. Help me out. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Literally, I'm almost done. Hold on. Put it down. Maybe you walked away from the camera. Okay. I'm gonna just keep going. Okay. Joshua, pull everything out. Pull everything out. Like, you are so much older than them. Grab something to drink. Pop a couple of almonds in your mouth. Now you can wait. You see what happened with the little kids? I gave them something they could munch on until I make the pancakes. You can do that for yourself. Grab a handful of almonds. I'll be done in a few minutes. Go upstairs with your father. Bye.
Boring.
You got 2 seconds to get out of my face, little boy.
Right here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Listen. Hold on. You. You know better too. Okay. Okay. So that was Ooze and the 9 entities, God's book of being. We at verse 31. It is 57 verses. And we'll be done shortly. I know I'm reading it slow, so I'll make sure I'm taking it in. Okay. This is globular. Yes, globular. Okay. Verse 30, I read 31. What is called corporal substance, which has length, breadth, and thickness, remaineth so. Everybody, go back upstairs. Go. Y'all just too loud. Elijah. Tell Elijah to get the 2 small ones. Y'all 3 older ones, y'all know better. I don't need this. If I say it to y'all one more time, we're going to discuss something that's going to get taken away. I don't know yet, but I'm going to take away something. I don't just want to throw empty threats out here. Hold on. Better go to the room with that. Go, right now. Get your butt up. Go upstairs. Bang! What? No. Bang! Bella's coming there with you. She needs to sit there for about 15 minutes for her little smart comment. Verse 30. What is called corporal substance, which has length, breadth, and thickness, remaineth so by no power of its own, but by vortexia external thereto. Exchange the vortexia, and the corpor goeth into dissolution. This power was by the ancients called ooze, or the 4th dimension of corpor. See ooze in the 9 entities, God's book of being. Oh, okay. Okay, I think it was going, yes, globular. Yes, glob, like glob. Okay. YouTube, it's pronounced globular. Okay, thank you. Globular. Okay. Verse 31. Wherefore it is said, the tendency of corpor is to uncorpor itself, dissolve or evaporate. From the surface of the ocean and from the earth also, moisture riseth upward. Turn a wheel slowly with water on its periphery, and the water flieth not off. Let the wheel stand idle, and the water runneth off. Or turn the wheel very swiftly, and the water flieth off. The same results would follow as regardeth water. If the wheel stood still with a current of air whirling around the wheel, if the air passed slowly, the water would fall. If at a certain speed, the water would be retained on a periphery, but if at a higher speed, the water would be carried off. Oh, okay, I get it. So it has to be like just right. Otherwise, it makes no sense on how this water could stay up here, right? Something has to be happening. It has to be moving at a certain rate in order for everything not to fly off of here. Or if it just stops, everything will fall to the ground. I guess so. I don't think we can call it gravity anymore. It's more like vortexia. Yeah. Especially if the earth is truly in a globular form, because that was one of my biggest things, right? I'm like, okay, so why we not like flying off, or just different? Now that I think about it, learning about vortexia, the vortex moving at a certain speed, and me being in the military, learning about like the fuel cells, when we have to clean out the filters, and learning about the cells and stuff, the filters and different things that move in there, and the what is the darn word? It's I guess you can say it's like they don't use vortexia, but it's the I'm gonna have to go pull it up. Hold on. But it holds everything in place. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. Okay. So it's not, it's the vortex that holds everything in place. Things to where it would seem impossible for this to happen, especially if we're living on the globe and keeping waters where it is. It's like all this stuff is the vortex at a certain speed that it moves, whatever that is. That's that's holding everything together. If the vortex was removed, everything, it'll just dissipate. Everything falls out of place. That's how I'm understanding this right now. Is that right? Hold on. That's called gravity from central. Oh, wait. You almost said the word that I was looking for, from centrical. I think the military, they call it hold on, centripetal. Hold on. I think I'm about to say the word wrong. I know the word. Centripetal. It has a P in it, though. Hold on. You said that's called gravity from centrifugal force. First time said that. Yes, it's like the ride at amusement parks where the floor drops and you pin to the wall from its spinning. Gloria said, hey, Gloria, it's like a whirlwind. When it stops, everything it picked up drops. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So like okay. Oh, okay. OAHSPE College University said vortexia is in your body. It is everything that holds us together. Okay. Centrifugal force. Okay, Mom. Yeah, thank you. Centrifugal force. Okay, I said P. Centrifugal. I had it wrong too. I said P. But I think there's a P. Hold on. There is one. I could be wrong. Y'all, it's been so long. I'm just sitting here thinking about it. It could be centrifugal. I'm going to look at centrifugal and centrifugal. I'm almost certain y'all said it right, centrifugal, right? Because I need to double check myself a lot. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Okay, so, and I heard Yaki said something too. He was talking about, yeah, all of this makes sense. And he was talking, I wish I can I got to remember. Maybe he got it named, his video name, like minerals or something. Like, I'm going to share all of this. I'm going to share all of this. It's all like coming back. But he was talking about as well how the body is held together, like the different minerals and how everything like natural. He like really broke it down. I don't remember, but I'm like, yo, that's pretty amazing. Because I'm going to have to find it. Hold on. Yaki holding body together. I got so many bits and pieces of information. They come back and I half remember it and I got to go look back and refresh. But all this stuff, I got to share. All of this stuff, y'all. It may take me to the end of the day to pull everything together. But okay. Thank y'all for y'all help. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay. Verse 31. Wherefore it is said, the tendency of corpore is to uncorpore itself, dissolve or evaporate. From the surface of the ocean and from the earth also, moisture riseth upward. Turn a wheel slowly with water on its periphery, and the water flieth not off. Let the wheel stand idle, and the water runneth off. Or turn the wheel very swiftly, and the water flieth off. The same results will follow as regardeth water. If the wheel stood still, with a current of air whirling around the wheel. If the air passed slowly, the water would fall. If at a certain speed, the water would be retained on the periphery. But if at a higher speed, the water would be carried off. When the Earth's axial motion and the vortexian power are equivalent, there is no evaporation of moisture outward. When the vortexia exceedeth, there is great evaporation. But when the vortexia is less, there is rain. Oh, let me highlight this. Wait, let me read that again. Hold on. Verse 32, we're on page 498. I feel like my sinuses is running. Hold on, listen. When the Earth's axial motion and the vortexian power are equivalent, the axial motion and the vortexian power. Okay, Earth's axial motion. Is vortexing like this? And Earth is, hold on. Earth's axial motion and the vortexian, so when the Earth's axial motion, this being Earth and this being vortexia, or vortex, when the Earth's axial motion and the vortexian power are equivalent, there is no evaporation of moisture outward. When the vortexia exceedeth, when the vortexia exceedeth or speeds up, there is, when the vortexia exceedeth, there is great evaporation, but when the vortexia is less, there is rain. Oh, okay, so kind of going back up to what it was just saying. So if vortexia slows down, right, the same results will follow as regardeth water. If the wheel stood still with the current of air whirling around the wheel, if the air passed slowly, the water would fall or go back down here. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. If the air passed slowly, the water would fall. So back down here, but when the vortexia is less, there is rain. Okay, so when it's raining, the vortex is moving a little bit slower, which is allowing some of that water which was being held to kind of fall off. Okay, hold on. Let me see what y'all said. Hold on. OAHSPE College University, can you share the video on minerals? Yes, I'm definitely going to share that. First time, yeah. This creation is marvelous. Ain't it? Yo, we ain't even scratched the surface. Give thanks, yes. Hallelujah. Mo Valley Shalom. Inertia is the force that holds the universe together. Without it, matter would lack the electric forces necessary to form its current arrangement. Hold on, I gotta read that again. What you just said? Inertia is the force that holds the universe together. Or we could say inertia is, the proper word would probably be vortex. Inertia, but they tell us it's inertia. Inertia is the force that holds the universe together. Without it, matter would lack the electric forces necessary to form its current arrangement. Without it, matter would lack the electric forces necessary to form its current arrangement. Yeah, so listen, hold on, wait. I understand what you're saying. Like, I love science, but some of the words and stuff, I just really got to just read it a couple times. Okay, so let me make sure I got this together. Let me read it one more time. Inertia is the force that holds the universe together, or vortex here. Without it, matter would lack the electric forces necessary to form its current arrangement. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of like what we just said with vortex here. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing, right? Okay, so also, it's so, listen here. It's so much stuff that we haven't learned. Listen, okay, so y'all know it's pretty cool. In our bathroom, we found a shower head in Lowe's that lights up. So when we go to take a shower, we cut on our shower. The shower head lights up and it's powered by the water, right? So look, I said that to say all of this has like the electricity, the water, all of that stuff like really flows together. I'm still trying to bring it all together where I can really explain it in something coherent where y'all don't think I'm crazy. But there was a gentleman who they said I'm like, how convenient is this? Remember this mass shooting? Y'all rest the souls of all those who passed doing this thing. But there was a mass shooting not too long ago. I want to say earlier this year. Could have been earlier this year or at the end of last year, right? And in the shooting, a person who died was the gentleman who came out. Somebody did a YouTube video. They did an article on him. An older black gentleman. He created this, I forget what you call it. But anyway, with his whole little invention, it would power vehicles with water, right? I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like, ooh, Brush should have kind of kept that to himself, or not necessarily kept it to himself. He needed to ask for wisdom on how to, let people know about that, because when the big boys, the one who's in charge of the gas company, the oil titans and stuff like that, that's gonna chop into their profits a whole lot, and they don't like that. Imagine people. Now, what you gonna do? You gonna ban the beaches and stuff? Yes, they killed him, right? They killed that man because, first of all, had his invention been worldwide, people figured out how he got vehicles to run on water. Like, literally, this world would change overnight. The gas tycoons, oil tycoons, I ain't gonna necessarily say they're gonna go out of business, but you're gonna chop into their profits big time, and they would lose control literally all over the world. The wars, these fabricated, I mean, they're not fabricated, clearly they're fighting, right? But all of these wars, these reasons to drum up wars and stuff all over gas and oil, all that stuff, all that would have to stop immediately. They killed this gentleman, right? And they killed him with a mass shooting in Texas like it was just random. I was like, this random act was not so random when you look at who died in this random act of violence, right? I'm like, no, they killed that man, right? This is crazy. Okay, so there's a whole lot. Listen, y'all, we got to pull our minds together and do this, but we got to move a little bit different than what some people be doing when they bring out some of this information, because they end up DEAD, dead. I ain't trying to go before my time, but we can work together quietly, get some of this stuff going. Yo, this is how some of this stuff ain't gonna need to be shared through the airwaves, right? They'll already be infiltrating our stuff. Listen, hold on. Okay, so this is really, really interesting. Okay. So let me read verse 32. When the Earth's axial motion and the Vortexian power are equivalent, there is no evaporation of moisture outward. When the Vortexia exceedeth, there is great evaporation. But when the Vortexia is less, there is rain. According to the Vortexian currents, so are the winds, save as hereinafter mentioned. And when these are discordant, small vortices ensue in the cloud regions. And that's what I was about to say. I'm like, so there must be different vortices in different places, because you know how it's raining in one places and it's not raining over here. So maybe there's an overall vortex, but within the overall vortex, there are smaller vortexes in different regions and different places. Okay, hold on. I'm almost done.
You got on the second page.
No, listen, hold on. I'm almost done. Hold on. Honor and humility, Malachi. Shalom, shalom. Okay, listen, so that's what they're saying. Okay. According to the Vortexian currents, so are the winds, save as hereinafter mentioned. And when these are discordant, small vortices ensue in the cloud regions, and each of these small vortices formeth a drop of rain, which is an infinitesimal planet. Nevertheless, all of them are under the propelling influence of the Earth's vortex and are thus precipitated to the Earth. But neither the Earth attracted the raindrops, nor do the raindrops attract themselves to the Earth. The Earth's vortex is a sub-vortex. Okay. I should have just look. I should just keep reading. Hey, who is that banging? Stop it. Okay. The Earth's, verse 33 on page 499. The Earth's vortex is a sub-vortex existing within the Sun's vortex. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and so on are corporal worlds, and each and all of them within sub-vortices, and the combination of all these vortices within the Sun's vortex are known by the names Great Serpent or Solar Phalanx. Okay. For which reason the sun's vortex was called the master or Tosang by the ancient prophets. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, babe. A minute. Hold on. I'm almost done. I promise y'all I'm almost done. We're on verse 34. Okay, plate 42. Book of Ben. Hold on, real quick. Okay, that's 45. This is good. 43. Oh, okay. Plate 42. The one that looked like an arrowhead. Remember, we was talking about this yesterday. Listen. Okay. Here. This one. Okay. Oh, I get this. Okay. So this is the overall vortex. See the smaller vortices within the bigger vortex? Okay. Boom. Okay. Get some understanding. Wait, okay. You just got to read through it line by line. And what's interesting is I see a warp within this vortex. 1, 2, 3. Page 481. And the vortices are going in different directions. The overall Tosang, which is the sun's vortex, is like going. It looks like a sideways tornado, right? So a tornado, yeah, like somebody said it, right? The tornado would pick everything. Yo, hold on. Everything that is going on in this world, yo, hold on. It just clicked. Listen, y'all. Hold on, babe. Hold on. Listen, I'm super excited about this. Hold on. All these little things that we are experiencing in the weather and everything is literally teaching us about everything. Like for all the worlds, it's like there are school lessons everywhere. Oh my gosh. Hold up. I'm gonna have to go back. Look, I'm gonna have to go back and read this. Let me hurry up. Hold on. Go ahead. Eat it off. Hold on. I'm literally about to end this. Yes.
Mom, I can end it.
Go ahead. Are you about to ask me for that?
Mom, can I end it?
No, nobody's gonna end it. Nobody.
You can.
Everybody stop eating my stuff.
Everybody stop eating his stuff. Everybody, come on. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Eat what's there. It's out. Go ahead. Yeah. Yes. Give him one, please. I'm sorry, y'all. Look.
Can I get bread like Josh had yesterday?
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Who's gonna make it for me?
Since Josh is upstairs, you're gonna have to wait a few minutes. I'll be done. I promise y'all, like 10 minutes. Give me like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Can I end it, Mom?
Yes, I will. Listen. Okay. Hold on. We got a couple more verses, and we'll be done. Look, my mind is like blown. I'm waiting for everybody to get out of the kitchen.
What you say?
Tell Belle to start asking for stuff. Belle keeps making stuff.
You gonna tattle all day?
Huh?
You gonna tattle all day?
Belle tattletale.
Yeah, she tattletale. That don't mean you tattletale.
You gotta have it. You gotta have ice.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm sorry. Hold on. I really want to finish reading this. Hey, hold on. Listen. It is first time. So much is connected together. The birth is very important in the solar system. Oh yeah, the path to truth, undescribable. This is amazing. Hold on. I gotta finish reading this. Say, okay, you can see him right there. Get your thumb out your mouth, boy. Listen. Okay. Look, I'll never look at the weather the same again. This is amazing. Hold on. Look, I'm still like quite blown away that we are seeing glimpses of everything. This is like bringing everything together for us, but we can see even the tornadoes are a vortex. And if it's okay, hold on. Listen, I gotta pull my words together. Okay, listen. Verse 33. The Earth's vortex is a sub-vortex existing within the sun's vortex. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and so on are corporeal worlds, and each and all of them within sub-vortices, and the combination of all these vortices within the sun's vortex are known by the names Great Serpent or Solar Phalanx, for which reason the sun's vortex was called the Master or Tosang by the ancient prophets. See plate 42, Book of Being. That's the arrowhead. That's the sideways tornado, the huge vortex of the sun. Okay. Were the sun planet extinct, the master vortex would instantly make another sun. Wow. Okay, so the vortex also has creative power within it. Okay. Were the sun planet extinct, the master vortex would instantly make another sun, as the lines of vortexia are in currents from the outer toward the interior. So do the solutions of corpore take the shape of needles in the master pointing toward the center, which condition of the things is called light. And when these needles approach the center or even the photosphere, the actinic force thereof is called heat. You know what? The going to the center, we can also see this in the Fibonacci sequence, y'all. I gotta share the Fibonacci sequence. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta share all this stuff. Okay, look. Okay, all my little bits and pieces and scattered pieces of information is coming together. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, verse 35. Neither light nor heat nor attraction of gravitation cometh from the sun to the earth. Heat decreaseth in the force in proportion to the square of the distance from the place of generation. Nevertheless, an allowance of decrease must be added thereunto of 1 to the 100. Light decreaseth in proportion to the divisibility of rays, as will be mentioned hereafter. Though a man see the light of the sun, as he seeth a horse in a field, yet there is no such thing as travel of light in fact, nor is there any substance of light, but that which is called light is polarity of the corporeal needles in solution caused by the lines of vortexia. Oh, snap, hold up. In experiments, this is amazing. In experiments on the earth, the flash requireth a certain time to polarize these infinitesimal needles, and for convenience sake, such lapse of time is called the travel of light. When the flash continueth, as in case of the sun, hold up, listen. What is that thing called? Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold on. I gotta look it up. Hold on. I gotta make myself a note to remember what this is. I forgot the dude explained this. He went to MIT. I watched the whole thing on it. What is his name? Hold on, let me put MIT dude. Hold up. Okay, listen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get through this. All these things is just flashing. Okay. Hold on. Guys, chill, come on. Pop went upstairs. You want what? Listen.
Why did nobody clean that?
I will clean it in a minute, Isaiah. Though a man see the light of the sun, as he seeth a horse in a field, yet there is no such thing as travel of light. Hold on, I'm sorry. You gotta listen. You go upstairs. You got to go and hear what you need, right? Go. Come on. I'm trying to finish this. I got like a few more verses. Leave it.
Go on, keep y'all company for a few seconds.
All right, Isaiah. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna finish this in the next 10 minutes. I promise y'all. Okay, all this stuff is just coming to me. I'm trying to go through all of it. Listen, okay. We, in verse 35. Let me just start 35 over. Neither light nor heat nor attraction of gravitation cometh from the sun to the earth. Heat decreaseth in force in proportion to the square of the distance from the place of generation. Nevertheless, an allowance of decrease must be added thereunto of 1 to the 100. Light decreaseth in the proportion to the divisibility of rays, as will be mentioned hereafter. Though a man see the light of the sun, as he seeth a horse in a field, yet there is no such thing as travel of light in fact. Y'all, voice is low. Yet there is no such thing as travel of light in fact, nor is there any substance of light, but that which is called light is polarity of corporeal needles in solution, caused by the lines of vortexia. Stop. In experiments on earth, the flash requireth a certain time to polarize these infinitesimal needles, and for convenience sake, such as if you don't move, boy, it is too hot. Your body heat is making me hot. The flash requireth a certain time to polarize these infinitesimal needles, and for convenience sake, such lapse of time is called the travel of light. When the flash continueth, as in case of the sun center, the master's infinitesimal needles remain poised from the sun center outward, even to the earth, and may be compared to telegraph wires with a battery at each end. But there is no travel in any sense whatsoever. Daylight is not, therefore, made by the sun, nor by the photosphere of the sun. Day is the condition of things polarized within the master vortex. Night is manufactured by the earth coming betwixt the master's focus and the outer extreme, so that both night and day continue all the time. Yo. Night is manufactured by the earth coming betwixt the master's focus and the outer extreme. Kind of like when we close our eyes, right? The light coming betwixt the two.
Hey, Cookie.
Right? Look. Yes, baby.
Can I get one of those lemon drinks?
No. Daylight is the condition of things polarized within the master vortex. Night is manufactured by the earth coming betwixt the master's focus and the outer extreme, so that both night and day continue all the time, and we realize them both alternately in consequence of the actual motion of the earth, as in the case of night or of any darkness. When the needles of an atmospheric substance are disturbed in polarity, or when the lines of the needles are cut, as in eclipse, there is no direct manifestation of the earth's vortexian currents, and such is the cause of darkness. For which reason nitrogenous plants grow rapidly at night, whilst the ripening of certain fruits and grain require the light of day. Kind of like the body as well, like it heals rapidly between the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Yo, this is amazing. Like, we almost done, y'all. Hold up. As in the case of night or of any darkness, when the needles of atmospheric substance are disturbed in polarity, or when the lines of needles are cut, as in eclipse, there is no direct manifestation of the Earth's vortexian currents, and such is the cause of darkness, for which reason nitrogenous plants grow rapidly at night, whilst the ripening of certain fruits and grain require the light of day. For by this vortexia are seeds and grains and fruits and herbs charged with it. For by this vortexia are seeds and grains and fruits and herbs charged with it, whereof when man eateth, or as in breathing air, these things go into dissolution, as hereinafter mentioned, and the heat is eliminated and lodgeth itself in man. Oh, yo, look. Oh, wait. Listen. Yo. Listen. This is why when you eat a plant-based diet, yo, hold up. Wait. You're taking in, listen, let me read this again. Look, the heat is eliminated and lodges itself in man. Well, hold up. Listen. For by this, let me go back. For which reason nitrogenous plants grow rapidly at night, whilst the ripening of certain fruits and grain require the light of day. For by this vortexia are seeds and grains and fruits and herbs charged with it. So the plant life is charged with vortex, with the vortex or vortexia. And when we eat it, right, we take that energy, or you can call it energy, people say from the sun, but it's really clearly from vortexia, right? We take that within us, right? It lodges itself within us. For which reason nitrogenous plants grow rapidly at night. Did y'all just break something? Okay. It sounds like it. For which reason nitrogenous plants grow rapidly at night, whilst the ripening of certain fruits and grain require the light of day. For by this vortexia are seeds and grains and fruits and herbs charged with it, whereof when man eateth, or as in breathing air, these things go into dissolution, and hereafter mentioned, the heat is eliminated and lodgeth itself in man. Or if certain herbs be piled together, and they commence dissolution, their heat is evolved and is called spontaneous combustion. Nevertheless, the herbs as such have no power to produce heat by their rapid dissolution. The vortexia in them evaporated to escape to some pole, P-O-L-E. The heat in herbs and seeds and plants and other growing things is because they are the objective points of the actinic force of vortexia, and this heat in herbs is equivalent to the same thing in iron, which is called magnetism, and its liberation or polar manifestation is, after all, one and the same thing as that which is discharged in a magnetic flame called electricity. Our bodies are electric. It's electric. Look. So when you're taking in the vortexia through the through the fresh fruits and veggies, you are literally powering yourself up with vortexia. You're leveling everything back out, and your whole vortexian current in your body begins to correct itself. Yeah, Dr. Sabi said our bodies were electrical, right? And there are foods. He has a food. We're going to share this. We're going to share Dr. Sabi's electric food list. Matter of fact, Yaki did one as well. Matter of fact, I think I'll share both, right? So you can see the master who first shared it, at least one I first knew. Yaki's is way more colorful because he used updated graphs and stuff, so I'm going to share both. I'm going to show the master, Dr. Sabi. Salute, Dr. Sabi. May he continue to rise in peace and in purpose, right? And I'm going to share y'all keys. And it has a list of electric fruits and veggies and stuff. And some things that we think might be electric are not so electric, right? So just imagine, oh, look. This is the reason why when you go on a plant-based eating lifestyle, like your body begins to age in the reverse. I promise I'm almost I didn't say it. I sound like a bad preacher in the pulpit. I'm about to end. I'm so sorry. I know. Like, this is so interesting. I know. I'm so sorry. I know. You know what? I'm gonna do something special for y'all. Just give me a couple more minutes. This is so good. Hold on. Look. Okay. All right. 1 verse 36. Listen. Nevertheless, hold on. I didn't put that. Hold on. Yeah, I did. Dr. Sabi. 2 more minutes. Okay. Dr. Sabi. Electrical foods. Okay. Look. Yes, baby. Can you get an apple? Can he get an apple? Yes, you can get an apple. Take this Vortexian current within your body, boy. Yes, you can. Listen, hold up. Nevertheless, the herbs as such have no power to produce heat by their rapid dissolution. The vortexia in them evaporated to escape to some pole. The heat in herbs and seeds and plants and other growing things is because they are the objective points of the actinic force of vortexia. And this heat in herbs is equivalent to the same thing in iron, which is called magnetism. And its liberation or polar manifestation is, after all, one and the same thing as that which is discharged in a magnetic flame called electricity. So that the cause of all these things springeth from the vortex, the power and the force of which is vortexia. By a sudden dissolution of vegetable substance as wood or straw, we have what is called fire or burning. There is no substance of heat nor of fire. A dissolution occurreth in which the vortexia is liberated. Corporal substances all contain heat, vortexia proper. Even snow and ice have it in infinitesimal quantities, and oils and herbs of all kinds, but the diamond containeth the highest percentage of charge. And isn't that amazing? That it's crazy what they say about diamonds, right? Well, first of all, diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? But for real, we'll save that for another time. But I'll be talking too long about that, the diamond. So belay my last, we study the diamond a little bit. All right. Wherein they have taught erroneously that heat cometh from the sun, as may be proved in all the earth. The heat, so called, is evolved at the expense of destroying something which is in general called combustion. And there is not in all the universe anything that can give off forever without receiving a supply forever. Heat had to be stored up in the first place in anything in heaven or earth before it could be liberated. Though a man burn a stick of wood, he can produce no more heat therefrom than what was stored therein. Allow the sun to be 4.5 million miles in diameter and to be of the best quality of a diamond. Give it even 50% of the burning capacity, and it would be entirely consumed in 80,000 years. And yet the sun is not of any such quality as a diamond, even not more so in quality than is the earth. But suppose it were even as a diamond, or as the highest conceived of center of heat, then that heat had to be previously given to it. Whence came it? To suppose that heat existeth of itself is folly. To suppose that heat can be produced forever without supply is not supported by any fact in heaven or earth. Boy, go get you a piece of Vortexian fruit.
What is that?
The apple over there. Friction produces heat, but it is because the abrasion liberated stored up vortexia, or as in the case of glass on leather, vortexia is manufactured electricity. In the case of the sun, no such manufacturing nor one approximating it existed. Well, verse 42. This is a very long chapter. Wherein they have observed sunspots and said that during their presence the temperature of the earth decreaseth, thereby reasoning that sunspots prevented the heat of the sun falling to the earth. They have erred in two particulars. First, in defective observations and guessing at a conclusion, and second, in not having first determined the relative heat evolved from the earth at different periods in its course of travel, of which matter further remarks will be made hereinafter. Verse 43, the same errors in regard to the light of the moon were made in conclusions of Kepler and Humboldt in attributing the eclipse thereof to be governed by the sun's rays being influenced by their passage through the atmosphere and thrown into the shadow cone. The superstitions of the ancients still cling to philosophers. They seek first to find the causes of things in the sun, or if failing therein, turn to the moon, or if failing therein, they turn to the stars. Finding a coincidence in the tides with certain phases of the moon, they have erroneously attributed the causes of the tides to have the power of attraction in the moon manifesting on the ocean, which is taught to this day as sound philosophy. Ooh. Attraction, as previously stated, existeth not in any corporeal substance as a separate thing. There is no substance of attraction, nor is there any substance of gravitation. These powers are the manifestation of vortexia. These powers are the manifestation of vortexia. If vortexia be charged into a piece of iron or steel, it is called a magnet, because it apparently draweth its own kind to itself. Yo, that's the teaching right there in itself. Look, that's what happened when the S portion of this corporal rises, right? Listen, it apparently draweth its own kind to itself, right? So when you leave here, you go to take your place where you done graduated to, my G. Like gathers to like. Look, this is so good. If vortexia be charged into a piece of iron or steel, it is called a magnet, because it apparently draweth its own kind to itself. When two pieces of steel, alike in quality, are charged with vortexia to their utmost, their power will be in proportion to their dimensions. If one be twice the size of the other, its magnetic force, so called, will be in the main 2 times more powerful. If one be twice the size of the other, its magnetic force, so called, will be in the main 2 times more powerful. The form of a true magnet of steel, to manifest the greatest positive and greatest negative force, should be nearly a right angle triangle, after the manner of a line of vortexia from the equatorial surface of the earth to its center, and thence toward the North Pole. By having two such magnets and bringing their poles together, a square is produced, which now balance its recipiency and its emission of vortexia. By having two such magnets and bringing the poles together, a square is produced, which now balances its recipiency and its emission of vortexia. See plate 56, cut C, figures 2 and 3. Okay, plate 56, which we already seen. Let me just look at it real quick. Plate 56 is on page 495. Yeah, I know, right? They completely turned our eyes away from the spiritual. Okay. Plate 56 on page 495, cut C, figures 2 and 3. Oh, yeah, okay, so what we looked at before, remember the angles? Okay. This right here. Right here. See how it's the break between here? So these are the two, and then it brings it together and it forms a square right here. Okay, so you can see this is 1, this is figure 2, and this one here is figure 3. Okay, so let me read this again. Hop back to page 500. Y'all, we're on page 500. Down the verse, at the end of verse 46. Well, let me read the whole verse 46 again. The form of a true magnet of steel to manifest the greatest positive and greatest negative force should be nearly a right angle triangle after the manner of a line of vortexia from the equatorial surface of the earth to its center and thence toward the North Pole. By having two such magnets and bringing their poles together, a square is produced, which now balance its recipiency and its emission of vortexia. Okay, so it would make the right angle, which if you turn it, it would look like an arrowhead, right? So if those are attracted together, it'll make a square. All right, I got it. Verse 47. As in the case of an iron mountain, it is forever receiving feebly, equatorially, and forever emitting feebly, polarly. Okay, let me read again. As in the case of an iron mountain, it is forever receiving feebly, equatorially, and forever emitting feebly, polarly, the vortexian current, though for practical observations, the force may be said to be in a dormant state. And in this sense, the Earth and other planets be considered. They are not in the shape of triangles or horseshoes, but as globes. It's an E. I think that's globes, not globs, right? They say globes. Okay. They are not in the shape of triangles or horseshoes, but as globes. Hence, their positive and negative vortexian power, magnetism erroneously called, is less than the horseshoe form. The power of a magnet decreaseth in proportion to the square of the distance from it. Under certain conditions, one leg of the magnet repelleth things from it. As previously stated, this is nevertheless one current, which vortexia floweth through the magnet, even as water floweth through a tube. And it's amazing how he came and cut that water on right when I was reading this water portion. The power of a magnet decreaseth in proportion to the square of the distance from it. Under certain conditions, one leg of the magnet repelleth things from it. As previously stated, this is nevertheless one current, which vortexia floweth through the magnet, even as water floweth through a tube. This propelling power of the magnet also decreaseth in proportion to the square of the distance from it. If the poles of a single magnet be exposed, it will in time decrease from its maximum power until it ultimately becometh the same capacity as to external things, even as if the poles were closed by juxtaposition with another magnet. Verse 49. These verses are extremely long, and I'm reading slow. Okay, we're on verse 49. It's 57 verses. We are almost done. Wherein it will be observed that where the sun or the moon or the earth, the most powerful, oh, I read it wrong. Wherein it will be observed that were the sun or moon or earth, the most, what? Hold on. That were the sun or moon or earth, the most powerful. Okay, yeah, I was, okay. Wherein it would be observed that were the sun or moon or earth the most powerful steel magnet, it would not take a long time as to the time of the worlds when its magnetic attraction would not exceed native iron ore. Wherein it will also be observed that were the moon a globe of magnetic iron ore, it can be shown approximately how far would extend its power of magnetic attraction external to itself. Nevertheless, its magnetic attraction in that extreme case would not be on water or clay, but on iron and its kindred ores. So that if the moon exerted a magnetic force on the earth, it would manifest more on the magnetic needle or other iron substance than on the water of the ocean. Okay? By suspending a ball of magnetic iron along a suspended cup of water, it will be discovered that there is no magnetic attraction between them more than between 2 cups of water or between 2 vessels of clay. The highest magnetic power, and he's not cutting on water. When I say water, he's literally over here about to juice him something, and he was rinsing off the knife. Look, listen. He's just doing his thing, but it's just, all right, y'all get it. Listen. It's like little confirmations in the background. Look. Nevertheless, its magnetic attraction in that extreme case would not be on water or clay, but on iron and its kindred ores, so that if the moon exerted a magnetic force on the earth, it would manifest more on the magnetic needle or other iron substance than on the water of the ocean. By suspending a ball of magnetic iron along a suspended cup of water, it will be discovered that there is no magnetic attraction between them more than between 2 cups of water or between 2 vessels of clay. The highest magnetic power that can be imparted to steel in the form of a ball to its equatorial dimension to manifest in moving and equivalent fellow is 7 of its diameters. But in the case of iron ore, normal magnet, it is very considerably less than this. By this, it is shown that were the moon a steel magnet, it would not exert perceptible power more than 9,000 miles. Her shortest distance from the earth is 220,000 miles. Oh, wait, okay. So by this, it is shown that were the moon a steel magnet, it would not exert perceptible power more than 9,000 miles. Her shortest distance from the earth is 220,000 miles. Hold on, baby. So this is saying that the moon has no effect on the tides of this earth whatsoever. It's not close enough that even if it was a magnet, it's still too far away to have any kind of effect on the tides of the earth, which they so tie the tides to, right? According to the moon fallacy. Listen. Wherein it is shown that under the most extravagant supposition of power, her, yes, baby. Hold on. Wherein it is shown that under the most extravagant supposition of power, her magnetic attraction is more than 200,000 miles short of reaching to the earth. Were there such a thing as magnetic attraction between iron and water, or between water and water, a still further discrepancy would result. Admitting the general parts of the moon as to iron and stone and clay and water to be alike and like unto the corporal earth, the power of the magnetic attraction of the earth as against the moons to hold the tides from rising would be in the ratio of different sizes of the two bodies and their respective differences from the water contended for. This is my first time. I had already figured it out before we even got to this part. Yo, listen. Jamil, shalom, shalom, listen. In which case, there would be more than 400,000 million times advantage of power in the earth. For if we give... Hey, little boy, chill. That's my spot. Hold on. In which case, there would be more than 4,000 million times advantage of power in the earth. For if we give the same magnetic equivalent to each, you know what? You gonna not end this. I got like 2 more verses to read.
Where?
No, I got 3.
These?
Yes, right here, and I'll be ending right here. Listen. In which case, there would be more than 4,000 million times advantage of power in the earth.
Can you call me once you're done?
I think about it. For if we give the same magnetic equivalent to each, we must give to each a decrease in proportion to the square of the distance of their centers from the point in contention, the ocean's tides. The same philosophy holdeth in regard to the sun, and to Jupiter, and Saturn, and Mars, and all other planets, making allowance for their different densities and velocities. As to the attraction, so-called, between two earth substances, as granite or sandstone, or lead or gold, or clay or water, it is far less than between two steel magnets, wherein it will be observed that it is utterly impossible for any attractive force to exert from one planet to another, even from a planet to its own satellite. And though the most extravagant supposition based on measurement be given to the sun's supposed attractive force, it doth not extend to the earth by more than 70 million miles, wherein they have taught error in the place of truth. Yo. And that is the end of chapter 1. This has blown my mind. I've been 2 versing them, right? Yes, girl. Why you got that? Now I'm truly done. Yo, this was amazing. I wish they weren't so loud all morning. I probably would have finished this a whole lot sooner, but nevertheless, we just had to see this all the way to the end of the day, because it completely had my attention, where y'all just gonna wait a few more moments. Like, y'all been eating up everything. Go ahead and eat everything around me. I'll clean it up. That's how bad I wanted to finish this. Look, okay, y'all, so that's it for today. It was very edifying, Kendrick. This is amazing to me. Look, all my studies and all these little different things is starting to come together. And who would have thunk it, right? Who would have thought this would be happening right now? All these little pieces of information and studying and trying to figure stuff out. Now this is bringing together, making it all make sense. It's amazing to me. Okay, we gotta go. They are starting up again. Juliet, shalom. Over on Facebook. Okay, y'all, listen. Yeah, definitely. This was something different. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. Isaiah. Thank y'all for hanging out. Oh, my gosh. We are at 3 hours. We've never been on this long. Look, this is one of the best, longest lessons ever. I got to go back. I got to listen to this myself again. We about to end this. All right, beautiful people. So it is Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Mom, Sai
Thank
can
y'all
end
for
one.
hanging out.
Sai
Y'all the
got to
real
end one.
MVPs, right?
Sai's gonna
Listen,
end one.
if y'all hang out at Selah videos,
Goodbye.
I keep saying it wrong. Selah videos, y'all already broken in for the long lessons, right? It's amazing. And the time just flies by when you're watching his videos. So if y'all have not tuned in for Selah Shalom videos, go there as he explains Vortexia and all this stuff. It's amazing. Okay, y'all. It is Sunday, August 21st, 2022, day 191 of year 4 of reading through the books of the law and the prophets, and of the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1209. We read pages 485 all the way to page 501, learning about Vortexia. All right, y'all. So with that being said, Father, we thank you for edification and understanding of all the things that have been taught to us in error.
Okay, bye.
Boy, let me finish. Help us to take it in, assimilate it, understand it, break it down to the lowest common denominator to where we then can begin to teach it, right? Because if you can't teach it, you really don't know it. That's what I found out. If you can't teach something, you don't know it. Okay, I won't forget.
They're peeled.
I won't forget to add the links for everything that I said we're gonna pull up. No, you're not. No, I said Zay can do it today. Y'all are doing the most. All right, beautiful people. That is it. I will see y'all back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye.
All right, Isaiah.
Okay, bye.
Out of here.
We're to go in this.